Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and another nice, sunny, beautiful day today. A lot of wind at times as well. Once again today, it blew between 15 and 20 miles an hour at times, but great shot right here of the Columbia River and of course Highway 97. You can see Turtle Rock right in the smack dab middle of your screen and lots of sunshine, and that will be our trend as we make our way into the upcoming weekend. In fact, I hope you have a lot of outdoor activities planned because it's going to be just about perfect for summer weather. Our high temperatures this weekend, mainly around 90 for the Wenatchee area on Saturday, warming into the mid 90s on Sunday. We're talking low temperatures between 60 and 70. The best news, our wind is finally going to let up as we get into the upcoming weekend, and then it is going to get downright hot. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A domestic violence call on South Chelan Avenue led to a brief police standoff on Wednesday. A Chelan 22-year-old is charged with the rape of a 13-year-old that allegedly took place back in February, and an illegal burn spread to a neighboring property in South Wenatchee on Thursday afternoon, burning bushes, a fence, trees, and a shed. But first, we begin tonight. A 10th person in Chelan and Douglas counties has died now from COVID-19. A report from the Chelan-Douglas Health District indicates the victim was a woman in her 50s. Her death is the first in the two counties attributed to the coronavirus pandemic since back on May 13th. Almost 1,100 people have tested positive for the virus in the Wenatchee Valley. Confluence Health, which operates Central Washington Hospital, says after reaching a peak of 21 people hospitalized for the virus earlier this week, there are now 16 patients in hospital care, 5 of them in the ICU. Well, a domestic violence call on South Chelan Avenue led to a brief police standoff on Wednesday. 20-year-old Sergio Rivas Alvarado allegedly threatened to cut off his roommate's fingers with pruning shears earlier in the morning. Wenatchee police say Rivas would not come out of his bedroom when police came to his apartment in the 400 block of South Chelan on Wednesday afternoon, and then a SWAT team was placed on standby. Rivas eventually surrendered and now faces possible charges of assault and resisting arrest. A Chelan 22-year-old is charged with the rape of a 13-year-old that allegedly took place back in February. Severo Rodriguez Diaz allegedly offered the victim alcohol and then sexually assaulted her in his home. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say when the victim's stepfather confronted him and punched him in the face, he left town. Prosecutors charged Rodriguez in March, and he's sought on a police warrant until his arrest on Monday. He's due to be arraigned on a charge of second-degree child rape. Well, an illegal burn spread to a neighboring property in South Wenatchee on Thursday afternoon, burning bushes, a fence, trees, and a shed. The fire in the 700 block of Lynn Street was reported at 3:43 p.m. Chelan and Douglas County crews were able to quickly extinguish the fire and had wrapped up work by shortly after 5 p.m. Chelan County Fire District 1 spokeswoman Kay McKellar said fire officials have not yet determined the type of burning the neighbor was doing, but an investigator will be back at that property today. She warned there is a burn ban in place that makes most forms of outdoor fires illegal. She said with hot, dry days in the forecast, it's vital that people comply with all burn bans. Well, coming up next, after a month-long confrontation with the state, Lake Chelan's Slidewaters Fun Park was fined $9,639 and then ordered to close yesterday by the Washington Department of Labor and Industries. Ballots for the August 4th primary election began arriving at homes in Chelan and Douglas counties this week, and despite very few contested local races, auditors in both counties are predicting a strong turnout. And the traffic closure of Leavenworth Front St tourist area will now be a daily feature. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back. In another news, after a month-long confrontation with the state, Lake Chelan Slidewaters Fun Park was fined $9,639 and ordered to close yesterday by the Washington Department of Labor and Industries. The order came just 2 days after the park lost a federal lawsuit to remain open amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The popular water park started admitting customers on June 20th in spite of Governor Jay Inslee's emergency orders shuttering non-essential businesses to prevent the spread of coronavirus, which has killed an estimated 1,400 Washingtonians. Chief U.S. District Judge Thomas O. Rice dismissed that case on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, L&I served a notice to halt operations at the park. In a press conference yesterday, Inslee called Rice's ruling an important decision.
The court, in quite strong language, dismissed that challenge. This is great news for the state of Washington because it allows the state to continue to protect that which is most precious to us, which is the health and safety and lives of Washingtonians. I should note that the state of Washington has not lost any of the challenges that have been posed to date in any of the lawsuits, and I would expect that record to continue. I've been alerted that the plaintiff in that case, Slidewater of Chelan County, has been operating in violation of that order, and we can expect that through the Department of Labor and Industries, there will be penalties associated with that noncompliance. I want to thank the Attorney General's office for working on this. This saves lives. And I want to thank our counsel, Catherine Leathers, who's been working on this day and night for several months to draft these orders with the utmost respect for the U.S. and state constitutions. As I've said, we've had enormous adherence to our orders. I want to thank Washingtonians who have stepped up to the plate. It is unfortunate that there's a few folks that have endangered other Washingtonians by their risky behavior, and we simply cannot allow that to continue.
The Freedom Foundation has appealed Rice's decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Supporters of the park have launched a GoFundMe campaign to help pay its fines, and as of this afternoon had already raised over $13,000. Ballots for the August 4th primary election began arriving at homes in Chelan and Douglas counties this week, and despite very few contested local races, auditors in both counties are predicting a strong turnout. Statewide races on the ballot include 36 candidates running against incumbent Governor Jay Inslee and 7 opponents for incumbent District 8 Democratic Representative Kim Schreier. Auditors Skip Moore of Chelan County and Thad Duvall of Douglas County, they spoke with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley host Dan Kuntz this week about why they're expecting voter turnout to exceed 60%, far surpassing the 30-something% turnout they saw for the 2016 primary election.
I'm anticipating around 60%, and I know that seems kind of like, what are you thinking, Skip? Well, a lot. This spring has brought a lot of questions in the voters' minds across the board. You know, how are we moving forward with the COVID response? How are we moving forward with our budgets? All these things, I think, have really bubbled up to a level that, you know, well, geez, we saw, what is it, 27, 37? I can't remember the number.
Oh,
I think it's 37.
Governors, yeah.
Governor's race.
Yeah, it's just huge. It's like, it's crazy.
Where'd that come from? Well, I think it's a sign of the times we're living through right now. Everything is so squirreled around. Government is a lot deeper into our lives this time than it was 4 years ago.
This time than it was in February.
Or in February, yeah, exactly, February. So I think that aspect of it is going to push some response. Both sides of the aisle are fired up.
Calls we've been getting, people are engaged, and as much as a week ago, people were saying, where's my ballot, where's my ballot, you know, I want to vote. So a lot of people are engaged, they're paying attention, and I wouldn't be surprised to see us get a 60% turnout.
The traffic closure of Leavenworth's Front Street tourist area will now be a daily feature. Mayor Carl Floria first ordered the downtown streets to be blocked off for pedestrian use only during the weekend starting at Memorial Day. But he now says the COVID-19 crisis and growing visitor numbers on weekdays means the streets are safer when pedestrians can spread out beyond the sidewalk. 2 Leavenworth restaurants have had to temporarily close in the last 2 weeks due to COVID-19 infections among their staff. Flory issued the emergency order yesterday and says it will remain in effect for the next few weeks or possibly months. City workers and volunteers have placed dining tables and hand washing stations around the Front Street area and offered free mask distributions to visitors. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway, or visit chartercollege.edu.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. A social media star has done her part to make Wenatchee famous. Kelsey Yoder is an Alaska Airlines pilot who flies the Northwest skies. She's also got more than 60,000 followers on TikTok, where she chronicles her migrations. In tonight's feature story, last week she made a landing at a regional airport that looks kind of familiar. Gotta wait for it.
Okay, here we go, another trip. Bags are packed in the hotel. Once we got to the airport, walking out to the plane, here's our flight attendants. We were starting our day in Eugene, Oregon today. Got to the plane and was doing my pre-flight, which is where you just walk around the plane, make sure it's safe to fly. Got to Seattle, it was kind of gross out. Ran inside to grab some nectar of the gods. Here's our flight attendants again. They were so excited to be on TikTok. They're so sweet. Here's me talking to air traffic control while we were sitting on the ground, and I was getting my clearance from them up to Bozeman, Montana. Once we got to Bozeman, it was just a quick turn right back to Seattle. And then after the passengers deplaned, we decided to sit down and have lunch because we finally had a little bit of a break. And then it was off to Wenatchee, Washington for our overnight. And it is beautiful in Wenatchee. If you ever get the chance to go to Eastern Washington, I highly recommend it.
Don't have to tell us it's a great place, right? And time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Let's take a look outside our weather window, and why not? What a day today to end this work week. A little bit cooler than yesterday. Yesterday and the day before, hot ones. Today, not quite as bad, but still lots of sunshine out there today, and it was just a nice one, wasn't it? Temperatures on the mild side as we look down from our Sky-Fi Tower camera, our Rondo camera, looking back at Turtle Rock and, of course, Highway 97. Unofficially today, high temperatures at Pangbourne Airport topped off at 86 degrees, so that is about 7 degrees cooler than our official 93 degrees yesterday. 88's our normal high for this time of year. It was a mild one to start the day once again at 67 degrees. 62 is where we should be. Record high, hot one in 1960, 105 degrees. Record low 47 in 1986. Sunrise 5:22, and the sun will set tonight for us at 8:51. Let's take a look at how your Saturday is going to shake out, and once again, if you like 80s, today's the last day you're going to see 80s for quite some time because we're warming up tomorrow. 94 Moses Lake, 93 for both Quincy and Ephrata, 90 down in Ellensburg with a little bit of wind, 92 in Wenatchee for the high tomorrow, 88 in Leavenworth, and then 92 from Eniat all the way up into Omak. So it will be just a fantastic start to this upcoming weekend. Tonight we can expect mostly clear skies out there. It still will be a little bit breezy. Boy, it was pesky today from about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Right dab in the center part of Washington is where we'll see most of that wind. But as I mentioned, clear skies all over the western United States, and high pressure is beginning to build in. Saturday, sunny. We will see a light breeze for Saturday. Won't that be nice? And it will begin to be a little bit warmer, and that'll be our trend as we move not only into Saturday, but Sunday and all the way through the middle of next week. For Sunday, sunny. It will be unseasonably warm as we get into Sunday. Ending the weekend, we're talking temperatures right around 95 degrees, and you can see it all over eastern Washington. Here's that area of high pressure that's dragging all that warm air up, and it's creating a big dome of warm air that's bringing some of that southwest air up as well. For Monday, sunny skies, and the heat is on. Beginning on Monday, we will see high temperatures in the upper 90s, maybe even warmer than that on Tuesday. Sunny and hot. Triple-digit temperatures are very possible. Tri-Cities, you're going to see it. Moses Lake, good chance you will as well on Tuesday. Wenatchee, I think, will be at least 98 to 99 as well. And the same goes for Wednesday. Just oppressive heat. It's going to be hot with sunshine and unseasonably warm. Keep in mind our normal high temperature is about 88, and we're going to be at least 10 degrees above that. For Wednesday, lots of sun around Washington State as well. Thursday, sunny. It will just be slightly cooler. You can see a little more activity now out in the Pacific, and that'll throw a few more clouds all our way. But when I say slightly cooler, what that really means, about 4 degrees cooler than Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking highs is still in the mid-90s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. 61 the overnight low tonight, 92 the high on Saturday. For Sunday, sunny and hot, 95. And look at those temperatures as we start off our next work week. Monday, sunny and 97, 100, a definite possibility as we get into Tuesday, and then slightly cooler for both Wednesday and Thursday, but still awfully warm out there with high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Don't worry. hurry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at BlueLagoonPoolandSpa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at BlueLagoonPoolandSpa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait. The sale is going on now.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Join NCWLIFE Channel for another night at the races Saturday at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. We're bringing you live coverage of Legends, Thunder, and more. Featuring Economy Midgets, the Northwest Focus Midget Series, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, Holidays Custom Muffler B-Mods, Bandoleros, and Tri-State Legends. Coverage brought to you by Black Rock Asphalt Services, CASA of Chelan and Douglas Counties, and Heritage Memorial Chapel. Join us Saturday at 6 from WVSO on NCWLIFE Channel.
And now it's a date on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. We're going to talk about racing coming up, but first let's talk about hockey. The Wenatchee Wild starts its tryout camp today, but instead of being home in the confines of the Town Toyota Center, Bliss Littler and his coaching staff are in Las Vegas.
The Town Toyota Center is closed. There's no ice in it right now. As unfair as I feel that is, with rinks that are open in Seattle and rinks that are open in Spokane. We had to do a prospect camp and a tryout camp in a place that it was easy for people to get to, relatively cheap for people to get to, and central, with most of our players coming from Washington, California, Arizona, and Colorado. Las Vegas is driving distance for many of the places in California, Arizona, and Colorado. So it made sense to do a camp here. But we have the prospect camp. We have 80 kids coming in for it. That runs one session tonight, a session tomorrow morning, and a session Saturday evening. And then the main part of the tryout camp starts Sunday evening with a session Monday morning, Monday night, and then a session on Tuesday morning. And from there, hopefully, we'll have a pretty good handle on who we're inviting to Wenatchee in the fall.
Littler joined us on the phone from his hotel in Vegas. He says it's eerie there because of the lack of people and all the closures. He says he feels sorry for the TTC and the Wenatchee Valley that camp couldn't be hosted here in town.
You know, that's 160 kids that would be coming to Wenatchee, that would be staying in our hotels, that would be eating at our restaurants, that would be filling up with gas from our convenience stores, we would be renting ice from the TTC. So that's a big impact, not having that business in Wenatchee.
Now, meanwhile, the BCHL announced today that it will delay the start of the hockey season until December 1st. Teams, including the Wenatchee Wild, will have the option of holding an extended training camp from September to November. Lillard says it was the smart thing to do.
I think he was really smart. I think that the BCHL showed a lot of leadership, even though it's going to create more work for our coaches. Because we'll have other leagues telling kids that our start's so much later than theirs. So we're going to have to keep recruiting our own kids. But in reality, I don't believe the Western Hockey League, I don't believe the United States Hockey League will start anytime before American Thanksgiving. So I think we've put the kids, their interests first, their safety first. I think our fans, the safety of our fans. I think our fans wouldn't be overly happy if we're playing games with no fans. We have to have our fans, and so starting December 1st, if the BC government approves it by then, I think it shows a lot of leadership on the BCHL's part.
Now, Littler says the Wild will begin its camp in Wenatchee hopefully around mid-September. He also said the team will be announcing soon decisions on coaching. You remember that Bliss stepped down from bench coaching the Wild mid-season last year for health reasons. Chris Clark has been the interim head coach ever since. Well, you may be able to hear crowd noise and music from highlights coming out of T-Mobile Park. Now, those who play video games might recognize that sound. It's from the officially licensed game called MLB The Show. Taking a cue from European soccer leagues, Major League Baseball will play crowd noise from its official video game through ballpark sound systems during the games. Of course, no fans. Stadium sound engineers will have access to around 75 different effects and reactions, according to the Major League Baseball. San Diego Studios, a branch of Sony Interactive Entertainment, compiled the noise during games over the past several seasons. Baseball's hoping the crowd noise, along with stadium announcers, walk-up music, and in-stadium video, will replicate the in-game experience as closely as possible without real fans in the stadium. Some ballparks are also offering fans the chance to buy photo cutouts, which will be placed in the stands. Just a reminder of our sports broadcast schedule here on the NCWLIFE channel begins tonight at 6:30 with a rebroadcast of last Saturday's race at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Tomorrow, too, will feature a great game of our past with Eastmont and Rogers in girls basketball. That's from December of 2017. Then at 6, join us for live coverage of Legends, Thunder, and more at WVSO. Racing will include the Economy Midgets, Northwest Focus Midget Series, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, the Holidays Custom Muffler B-Mods, Bandoleros, and a huge field in the Tri-State Legends. In fact, I've got the sheets in front of me here. There's 24 cars and drivers now signed up for the Tri-State Legends. You look at all of the classifications here that's racing this weekend. We've got 53 cars that are coming to WVSO. Join me and Andrew Kunis for our broadcast coverage beginning at 6 o'clock here tomorrow, live on the NCWLIFE channel. By the way, practice at WVSO tonight between 5 and 8. Now, Sunday starts with Eastmont and Wenatchee volleyball from October of 2018 at 2 o'clock. That'll be followed by Big 9 football between Eastmont and Sunnyside at 7. That's sports news. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And as we leave you tonight, the people at Washington State Archives went back 100 years to share some photos of the old Blewett Pass Highway. The harrowing pass had been opened just a few years in 1920 and featured steep grades and sharp turns through the rugged mountains. The name of the pass came from Edward Blewett, a Seattle investor who owned a mine in the hills north of Clayellum. And a reminder, if you have a video of the day that you'd like to see here on the NCWLIFE Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. Now we'll check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up on Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. I hope everybody has a fantabulous weekend. I hope you have a chance to stay cool. As Grant told you, the heat up begins in earnest next week, and we'll be sure to let Ernest know about that. On Monday, my guest will be the Douglas County Auditor, Thad Duvall. We're into the primary election season. Coming up on August 4th is primary election day. We heard from Skip Moore, his counterpart from Chelan County today. Thad Duvall will do the honors, the Douglas County Auditor. He'll be my guest on Monday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, plus everything else you need to start your work week right here live and local at 7 o'clock on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a fantastic weekend.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Hi, I'm Darcy Christofferson, Administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, and you are watching the NCWLIFE